Hey guys, it's Squirrel here. Here for this week's quote unquote podcast. I am greeted here today by Dr. Pepper. Say hi.
What's up, guys?
I'm also greeted here today by Sixop. Go ahead and say your hellos.
Hello.
Over the past few months, you've been hearing about us talking about the Dark RP server and the progress we've been making. This past Monday, we were able to reopen it, which was great.
Yeah, I'm real happy that Fluffy took time out to help us. Normally, it would be my job to get the server up and running, but that didn't happen because I was in school still and very busy, and Fluffy came in and saved our asses.
That and the server was a fucking sick chicken that you had to beat with a fucking stick. I mean, you're Dr. Pepper, but you're not a real doctor, so I mean.
Yeah, the server's been doing pretty well since it opened up. A lot of new players and everything like that. A lot of the returning people. A lot of good feedback too.
Yeah, and we've had a few bugs. Some of them still need to get fixed, but it's expected. I mean, the server's playable. I'm on it right now. I just have my game minimized. So we'll get those little bugs fixed out, and server will be back in perfect order. I mean, we are going to be having an event later this month. My birthday event. Oh my God, such a shocker! Where this is the one event every year where you can get your own custom class on the Dark RP server. A lot of people get excited about it.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big time for the community, Everybody rushes in for that chance.
Yeah. Sixop got the custom class last year.
Very lucky.
What's your class again, Sixop?
It's the private military contractor. Very well put together.
So you're saying you do shit for money. So you're a whore. You're a prostitute. Okay, got it.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah, no, it's very good for making money and getting myself out in RP situations.
Like a prostitute. That you're a prostitute. But not much has gone on in the community since the server's been up. I mean, we've all been trying to be on there as much as possible to get our pop back since we've been down for so long. Just crazy shit, my niggas. Am I allowed to say that? I think I'm too white for that.
Probably.
Yeah, you gotta be at least light skin black to say the N-word.
Sounded like Mickey Mouse. Oh, chisel! Yay! All right, now we're going to talk about some of these news articles in the gaming world. First article we have, this is from Kotaku. Hell, all these articles are from Kotaku.
Kotaku.
All right. Exploits in Dark Souls 3 and cheating has been a serious issue recently. I mean, I've heard stories of people getting soft banned. If you don't know what soft banning means, it means you get put into other games with other cheaters. Now, you wouldn't have to worry about this if you weren't cheating, but hackers are making it where they put you into the pool of players that have been soft banned. Even though you did nothing wrong, they're just putting you there via hacks. And if that wasn't bad enough, there's so many cheats and hacks, they could teleport you into their world and kill you on the spot.
It kind of reminds me a lot of what was going on with Grand Theft Auto for PC and even Xbox for a while too, with a lot of the cheating and hacking going on. Some of these trolling things have been getting a lot more intense and serious over the past, year or so. Coming all the way from screwing with people and just having a good old time by themselves and maybe ruining a moment or two for somebody to completely destroying someone's game. It's getting crazy.
I mean, Dark Souls 2, I mean, I played it. I didn't run into any cheaters or anything. I mean, granted, I didn't play it for that long, but I mean, I don't understand how in this day and age they can't hire some people for, let's say, a month just to go in and try and hack the game
Well,
purposely and then
and
patch it.
the article that we were reading just makes me feel like From Software and Bandai Namco are just not being very responsive to the problems that they've been having.
And I'm
I
sure it
think,
wouldn't be
I
that
mean, the
difficult.
coding that they've put in, soft banning just seems like a terrible idea from the get-go, you know? I
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the Dark Souls franchise. I've only just recently tried to pick up the first game again, and I'm terrible at it, but soft banning sounds awful to me.
I like the idea behind soft banning. I mean, people that cheat don't deserve not to play. I mean that could be stretched a little bit, but I mean, I like how they're giving people the chance that cheated. They're still allowing them to play online,
Well,
but they're
yeah, and
playing with
I,
other cheaters. So
I
it's.
totally agree with that concept, but I'm a much bigger fan of server-based gameplay to begin with. I think when you have servers that are run by a community or even by the official developer, you just get more control over who can and can't play based on what's based on a server.
Yeah. And I mean, the whole thing with soft banning, though, if you're gonna make it, then the problem is that they aren't getting back to the community, and that's part of the problem. Is that from what I read with this article, is they aren't really responding to much, and they really aren't getting with the community to fix this problem. And if they were to go out into the community and look for these mods so they could add them into some sort of detection system, I'm sure if you had some line of code to find from something to, you know, judge if they're hacking or not, uh, they would be able to catch everything way easier. But it's just they aren't going out of their way to do anything at this point, and
Well, a lot of
it's
a lot of
disappointing.
companies I've been noticing lately, they focus on cheating like last. They focus on like game bugs first and then cheating. But
Yeah,
the bugs, they're never so game breaking as cheaters can be. It's just
yeah,
like cheaters will make you put your game down and never touch it again. A little game bug, yeah, it's a fucking annoying. If you can't, I mean, I guess if you can't find a way around it, you're gonna put your game down. But if it's not that big of a bug, you'll find a way around it. You can't do that with cheaters. There's nothing you can really do.
yeah. And another thing is they've been focusing way more with I mean the server based things, at least they've been focusing a lot with like microtransactions and whatnot, and getting out more content for their games. But instead of working on, releasing all this content later, if they were to just release it initially and finish the games that they were making in the first place, after they finish these games, they could spend more time working on getting rid of these cheaters. But that's a
I
whole other
mean, the
discussion.
more time people have to play with something, they're gonna figure exploits and new cheats and write codes for this shit. I mean,
Yeah.
but these cheats and hacks and stuff, people are making money. It's a big money business. People are making money off that shit.
Yep. And back in the day of Call of Duty World at War, about 8 years ago now, I'd say, when the game came out, that's when people were really starting to get into making those bigger, mods or whatever. And I started noticing a lot more of the sale of mods and people selling these things online. It's become partially a market.
It's complete bullshit. So Dark Souls 3, you need to fix your shit. Okay, next topic here. We got Valve finally cracking down on one of their biggest Team Fortress 2 cheats, known as, what is this? LMAO
LMAO
box.
box.
This is cancer. This is already going to be cancer. LMAO
See,
box.
this is another instance where I think the developers really need to get their shit together about cheating, because this LMAO box, I don't care how you say it, It's been
Box.
yeah, it's been a problem according to this Kotaku article for more than 5 years, and the fact that Valve's anti-cheat didn't do anything about it until now shows me that there is very little attention being paid to cheaters,
And yet again,
especially in TF2.
that's part of the discussion of Valve or any company going out to the community and spending the time to look through these community pages for things like this.
Yeah,
Well,
they
and
spend
that's the
30
thing that
minutes to an hour to go on the dark side of the internet, find these cheat programs, be like, oh, this is new. I should probably report this to my boss. Hey, boss, check this out. There's a new cheat for our game. We should get on this right away. But
It takes them
no,
a month.
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it takes them too long to deal with the problems, and so many things sidetrack off of these, pop up from these bigger cheats that come out, and they get updated so quickly. It's just, it becomes a huge malignant problem, basically.
I just have thought that Team Fortress 2 has been a piece of shit ever since it's gone free, because the developers seem to focus more on developing hats than developing, like, anti-cheat programs. This just kind of proves my argument.
I mean, but this detection that they did, fucking 3,000 bans.
Yeah,
One of the biggest ban waves in back history.
They're certainly cleaning up now, which is great. But what happened to this when it was released 5 years ago? You know, you could have even taken a year to do it, and it'd be better than 5 fucking years of the same cheat being a problem.
Yeah,
and then the people, if they got wind of this early, they could have just been like, oh, I'll fucking uninstall this shit. And so they had it for, 3-4 years. We're using it fine. They got wind of it early and just like, I better get rid of this so I don't get back banned.
Yeah. It all kind of goes down to, I mean, I'm sure if even the community or whatever were to start posting more about this online, the companies would figure out about this stuff. But I feel like maybe the company should do something about, telling people, all right, well, this is going on from what we've noticed inside the community. First of all, paying attention to the community and proving that. And second of all, giving a heads up that people are hacking or doing this or whatever, and to report these people could fix a lot of the problems from doing that. I mean,
I don't think it's going to stop there. I mean, I really think, they need to make their anti-cheat better. But two, I think when it comes to vac banning and purchasing games on Steam, I think your IP address should be logged. That way, you can't make a second account and buy the game on that account and start that shit over. Especially for Team Fortress 2, it's a free game. You don't have to buy an account. You just make a new one. Like that. No big deal.
yeah.
They really want to crack down. They need to be harsher with their punishments.
Yeah, they as I said before with the microtransactions, companies focus more on making money than they do with dealing with problems. So when they do deal with problems by going on ban waves or whatever, they make it so easy for those people that got banned to just come right back on and start doing exactly the same thing that they were doing a little bit ago. And I mean, I'm sure they're tracking all the IP addresses. Hell, you connect to any website, they're going to have your IP address. But they don't do anything with it, and they won't do anything with it because that it's a store. You're connecting to a store. They know they're making money from you, so they won't take harsh action unless if you do something to affect them directly. They don't give a shit. It's hard to
Sad
watch.
facts, my man. Sad facts. But we're going to move on to our next article. My English is great today. Valve makes Steam reviews more useful. Now, myself firsthand have already seen this. You go into any game on Steam, you look at the reviews, it'll show you not only how many reviews like it would normally do, but it also shows you recent reviews. And, if a game has updated it, if it's fixed things. Throwing out an example here, Payday 2. the game first came out, let me talk, Dr. Pepper. I know you have a lot of bad, colorful words for overkill, but I'm gonna let me go. Let me go here. When Payday 2 came out, it was great. Everyone loved it. It was really great reviews. Well, after they put out some patches and put out some updates, and a lot of cancer came around. Using this new feature, you would notice that there's a lot of new negative reviews. There was huge waves of negative reviews just on updates. So I think it's a good way to know whether or not to purchase a game. You can see recently how good this game's been. You don't have to look at a review that was made years ago, and recent reviews, which is great. What do you guys think on this?
The review system has been increasingly getting better over the past while, and the filter thing has definitely been helping out a bit. But it's a good thing that they took a bigger leap, because reviews do help with these purchases and judging whether it's worth your money or not. And minimum wage these days gets a little bit low, or you might be making kind of shit cash or be out of a job, and entertainment is entertainment. I mean, you want to spend your money on the right thing. It's a good thing that they're making it more useful and more easy to use and better, just in general.
You know, I can attest to the reviews having been very useful in the past, and I think this is only going to be a good thing, giving more deep information about what a review means, what people think of the game as it's going through development, because these days game development just never stops. There's always going to be updates and patches and DLC. For God's sake, look at Payday 2.
You gonna reinstall that game, Dr. Pepper?
No, fuck that game with every ounce of my hatred. No.
Fuck Payday 2
Piece of
and
shit.
all of its fucking gaping holes.
Overkill ruined it by adding DLC every single other week.
I played it this morning with Fells.
I could have said it was fun when it released, because I thought it was fun when we first got it. We played it together. It was great. I really enjoyed it when it first came out, and just the more DLC that came out, the more I realized I had to keep buying it to stay competitive. And after a while, somebody generously gifted me like $30 worth of the DLC. I think that was actually Ajax. And
I thought it was Low Light.
Oh, maybe it was. It was one of them. I know that for sure. And I didn't feel like I was playing a game as much as I felt like I was doing target practice, because it basically has just become unloading your clips into the juggernauts every time they come around. And
oh, that rustles my jimmies. They're bulldozers. They're called bulldozers.
Whatever. They're juggernauts from Call of Duty. They're exactly the same thing.
Speaking of Call of Duty, our next article here on YouTube, the new trailer for the new Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. People are mass disliking this video, and I actually went and disliked it a little bit ago.
Currently, there are 478,690 dislikes on this video.
And one of them is mine.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am very proud.
So why did you dislike it?
Why did I dislike it? Call of Duty, they had a good genre with the whole modern warfare, but they didn't utilize it to their advantage. But there is a good thing about this Infinite Warfare. I think one of the legendary editions or something comes with Call of Duty 4 remastered. That's why everyone's hyped about this. They don't care about the base game, the one that they're advertising. They just want Call of Duty 4 remastered. Everyone's so psyched about it. I'm psyched about it, but I don't have a next-gen console, so I'm not going to be able to play it. But
I have a PS4, and I will probably, I would definitely consider getting the remaster, but I have to wait and see what the actual reviews of Infinite Warfare end up being. I'd like to take some opinions after it gets released and played for a couple weeks, because my biggest concern is, like several other Call of Duty games and several other games period in the past that have a big multiplayer base and just a kind of a half-assed campaign, they're gonna advertise things in these trailers based on the campaign. And for instance, the space battles that they are gonna put in Infinite Warfare are more than likely not gonna be in multiplayer. And that's what's gonna rustle my jimmies, because that is the coolest thing I've seen in this trailer.
You should play some Star Wars games instead.
But
But
Battlefront, no space battles.
I actually just got Star Wars Battlefront 2. Lowlight gifted me some huge mega Star Wars pack, which I'm really thankful for.
Star Wars
Battlefront 2 is incredible.
A great game. Yeah,
but you could always buy Infinite Warfare, the edition that comes with the Call of Duty 4 remaster. Just sell the Infinite Warfare disc on fucking Craigslist to keep the Call of Duty 4 remastered.
Well, you sure could, but if the game ends up being trash, what's it going to be worth on anything? Is it going to be worth like what, $15 or something? That's not going to be worth it.
Well, if you get it when
it's the price of a CD these days.
Yeah, I mean, you
matter what the data is.
You go ahead and if you buy it right away when the game first comes out, you should be able to sell it $30-$40, no problem. That's 20 some dollars off what people are paying new for the store, and it's an unused disc, so people love grabbing steals.
Sure, it's like the market value would be fine, but the demand's not going to be there if the game ends up being trash.
Let's be honest, it's going to end up being trash, but that's just Call of Duty these days.
Yeah, GameStop. I can almost guarantee people at GameStop, what they're going to do is people are going to buy the edition that has the Call of Duty 4, and they're going to return their game. Because I can almost guarantee that the Call of Duty 4 remastered is probably going to be on a piece of paper as a code to put into your console to get the game. So people are just going to return the game, get their money back, and get Call of Duty 4 remastered for free. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. That's I mean, you can go and steal a game from the used bin at GameStop, return it less than 7 days after you purchased it for all of your money back, as long as it's used. If they released it as a disc, I have friends that literally they go to GameStop every week so they can just keep on returning the same game, walking out, walking back in, and then buying it again until they finish the game. It's literally just like putting down money on a game, playing it, and then taking all of your money back. They don't make shit. That's why GameStop is dying. But in relevance to the Call of Duty, I mean, like, Modern Warfare was seriously like top tier shooters for its time, at least, and for years after that too. And that game has so many good memories on it, from me at least, and it's a good thing that they're remastering it. But I mean, that's all that people want now is they want those past Call of Duties back. They're looking for the older ones,
Yeah, the best times I had online on Xbox Live back when I played all the time, fucking Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 wasn't as good as Call of Duty 4, but it was the shit. But the only reason this game it's gonna do well. I mean, the fact that they had to remaster Call of Duty 4 is kind of a sad fact. But majority of the people that are going to be buying this are going to be the younger people that are going to have their parents buy it for them just because it says Call of Duty. That's what Call of Duty has become. It's become one of those games that is like, hey, mommy, daddy, can I get the new Call of Duty game?
Yeah, basically.
It's what it is. It's what it is. All right, our last and final article here. 6 classic games to join the Video Game Hall of Fame. I have played every single one of these. Let's go through the list. Grand Theft Auto 3, Space Invaders, Sonic the Hedgehog, The Oregon Trail, The Legend of Zelda, and The Sims. How many of these games have you guys played?
All of them.
I
Actually,
admit I've only played 2 of them, but I've played several of the games that have come out in some of the series that are noted here.
Which
The
two
two
did
that
you
I've
play? I'm
the two that
crying on
I've
the
played
inside.
in these 6 are Oregon Trail and Legend of Zelda. But
My
I
chimneys.
I have never played a single Legend of Zelda game, but I've played all the other ones. I
See,
I don't know.
Grand Theft Auto 3, that really put GTA on the map.
yeah, it did.
Space Invaders, it's an old retro game that, I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, it's one of the games you have to play. Sonic the Hedgehog, I got that on Sega Genesis back in my bedroom. Oregon Trail, I had that on a disc somewhere. Fucking amazing, I'm just like, oh, do you want to go through this river or do you want to wait a little bit and make a boat or something? It's like, no, I'm going to go right through this. Bitch sinks, everyone dies, fuck you. Okay. Legend of Zelda, I had that for an old Game Boy back in the day. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't really my cup of tea. And The Sims, I think I had that like next to my computer here somewhere. The original Sims, that was amazing. It was like my favorite. It was the only one I ever played. So I guess I couldn't say my favorite because I haven't played the second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh, whatever Sims are on now. But the Sims 1 was amazing. It was so easy to learn how to play. Building was simple. It was just a really, really, really nice game.
I've seen a couple of copies of the original Sims for the GameCube out at my local retail game store. I was thinking about picking it up a couple of times. What do you have to say about it?
For the GameCube,
Well,
I don't know.
just about the game itself. I just thought for the GameCube I might think it'd be like a meme to pick it up and say, ooh, but I'm curious what you actually think about it.
I mean, if it's exactly like the PC version, go for it. But having a bad feeling in my gut here, being that it's on the GameCube, something probably changed that it's different from the PC version, and it probably might not be enjoyable.
Well, I mean, I guess what I want to hear is your opinion on like the actual game.
The, the
Let's
game,
assume that it would be the same.
it was simple. There wasn't too many things you had to worry about, and you make sure house wasn't a mess. It looked nice. You could focus on giving your people more expensive things so they can entertain themselves. You didn't really have to get people a job because I mean, if you used the money cheat like I did, you didn't have to worry about money. You could just build your house, have them happy, redesign the rooms till they're happy. Have them read a book, learn how to cook so they don't set the damn house on fire all the time. The most annoying part about The Sims was having to socialize. Otherwise, they got really lonely and started to bawl their eyes out and didn't want to do anything. It's just like, hey, you should go eat. And they're just like, wah, I'm lonely.
I used to just lock them in square buildings and then light them on fire.
Because you are a terrible, fucked up person.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Sixop.
But I mean, it was always funny, having an alarm system, and you had a burglar come in to steal some of your artwork that you had hanging on the walls, and then you hear it go beep beep beep, and like this African American policewoman run down the middle of the street and they come into your house and start like grabbing them and beating them with a club and shit. It was so great. It's like, don't you wish that how it worked in real life? Someone robs your house and they just some African American lady just starts running down the street. Oh my god, I'm just picturing Aunt Jemima right now. I know this is
my God,
insanely racist and really bad, but I'm just Aunt Jemima. Just you picture her from the pancake syrup bottle, just running down the street with one of those rolling pins, just beating up robbers. It's like,
you need to stop.
Yeah, she's got that one fucking like kitchen like cooking clothes on, the like suit or whatever.
That is racist. See, you made this racist. I wasn't racist. I was telling a story about a black woman that I really enjoyed.
What are you talking about? She wears that like flannel Friday, like that. She's got that full dress on and everything, running down the street with that rolling pin.
Oh, this is just, out of them. I think we're done here.
I'm gonna piss myself. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, before we close this video, when you're at the supermarket, you pick up some Aunt Jemima pancakes. I hope I don't get contacted by Aunt Jemima. It's just like they're gonna Betty Crocker and Aunt Jemima are gonna like call me up and be like, "What the fuck is this? You should like help us make a advertisement video on the TV."
They're gonna come to your house and they're gonna beat you, Squirrel. That's what's gonna
yeah,
happen.
like, just like I described. They're gonna bust down my door and I'm gonna get hit by a fucking rolling pin. It's like, what'd you say about me? Oh, bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you, Squirrel! Fuck you! Aren't you glad you were here for the podcast, Dr. Pepper? Aren't you?
Yeah,
glad?
you know, I'm glad I didn't miss that. Of all things, that I'm so glad I didn't miss you going on a tirade about Aunt Jemima beating your ass.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Tune in for the video next week. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and take it easy. Easy.
See y'all later. Thanks a lot for your support.
Easy.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Easy. Easy.